Hello, Mrs. Walker students. I am going to show you a quick tutorial video on how to create your online newsletter for our final step of our expository essay project. We will be creating our online newsletter using a website called samore.com. So I've already put the assignment right here in Google Classroom. So you would go to samore.com, click on this link here, and it'll open up to the web page. So because this is your first time creating an account, you're going to click on Try Samore for free, and then you'll just continue with Google. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. And so once you're in and you've created your account, you are then going to click on Start a New Flyer. So click on Start a New Flyer. Now, because this is an informational news flyer, we are going to choose News Bulletin. This will be the best design for you to use for the information, for the expository online newsletter that we're going to create. So click News Bulletin, and if you'll notice, this pops up and it already kind of gives you a layout. And it walks you through the different steps you need to take, starting with picking your title. Now, your title can be the same title that you created on your rough draft, because remember, you are putting your revised rough draft as the text of your online newsletter. For now, I'm just going to click skip this step, but this is where you would put your title, and then for your subtitle, if you want to put your name, that would be perfectly fine. So I'm going to scroll down here, and you'll see that they already have like a place for you to put things. Like this is where you could put your revised rough draft. Here's where you can put a couple of pictures with captions. So if you like this layout, you're more than welcome to keep it. But let's say you want to put your text like down here. So you would just click and move and drag this box around and see how it puts the pictures up here instead of down there. Also, if you click on the little arrows on the side, it'll give you different options for design layout. So they can also add a picture here with your text. You can just have your text, or you can have a picture on this side. So it's kind of limited, but it does give you a couple of options. Same thing with this one. I think it gives you the same option this one has. You just add your captions at the bottom. So these little arrows give you some options for each box as you work on your layout. So as you go through and add in your stuff to create your online newsletter, this is what you would do and work with the stuff that they give you. Also, at the very bottom, it says add more stuff to your flyer. So if you want to go ahead and add maybe your video clip, right? Because you have to create your video on Powtoon. This is where you would add it in. You just click video and then you add the link and it would add it on your flyer. Let's say you wanted to do a Google form. Let's say you wanted your classmates during your presentation to fill out a Google form. You could create a Google form and then put the link here, and then your classmates would be able to click and take a survey if you wanted to give them a survey or something of that nature. So there are things down here that you can add if you want to do another title, if you want to add another text box, which is a text feature hint that you could add and use. So you have options down here at the bottom. Now let's say you don't like this people walking in the background situation going on. This is where you would change those features over here in your design area. So for the background, let's say I wanted to change it and maybe I wanted to do macaroons or a lovely cute bridge or a nice cup. Oh yes, a nice cup of coffee. And let's say we wanted to change our colors. Let's say we wanted to do purple or blue or this lovely teal color. It'll just change the background color up here. And then also you can play around with your fonts. Now again, it doesn't give you a whole lot to work with, but it does give you a couple of options, especially because we are free, working with a free account. And then of course your design, it'll change the whole entire design. So let's say you don't even like that design at all. Let's say we want to do snowflake for winter. You could change your design here, okay? So that's where you work with it in the Design Center. It already gives you a nice little layout that you work with and add stuff in creating your online newsletter. And then as you are working, it does save it pretty much as you're going through, like every 2 or 3 minutes or so, it will save it. So just, you'll see here if it says save just now, that means that all of your work you created is saved, and when you log back in, it will be there ready for you to work with. Once you are finished, let's say you created your newsletter, you're done, you're ready to finish up, you're going to click Done Editing, okay? Now this will give you a preview of what your flyer looks like, and notice how it says your flyer is now online. So that means that this is now a shareable link. If you want to click Embed Link, it'll give you the link to your newsletter. And this is what you would use to turn in here on Google Classroom. You would attach the link to your newsletter and turn it in here, okay? So just clicking Done Editing. Now let's say you wanted to make a quick change on something, or you wanted to add something in and you're not quite ready to turn it in just yet, but you click Done Editing. You can go back and click Edit Flyer, and it'll let you go back in and edit the flyer, and then you would just click Publish Changes, okay? Now, as you're going through and adding stuff in, just keep in mind your different requirements that you're supposed to have on your newsletter, including making sure that you have at least 8 different text features, okay, not including your video. And then I will accept photographs or illustrations as different text features, meaning if you wanted to do 3 different pictures, those 3 pictures would each count as 3 different text features. Also, no spelling or grammar or capitalization mistakes. That would be your conventions. Make sure to play around with your design. Make it creative and colorful, okay? You don't want to just stick with the basics. Work with your design center to make it your own. And of course, if you have any questions about what to do, I will be walking around, but just have fun as you are creating your fabulous online newsletter.